I am sick, and what better way to cure it than to just walk it off? And in this case, I started at the Midtown Pointe in Tupelo, Mississippi. A lifetime ago, you may have known this as the Tupelo Mall, but now it stands as a business center. The mall's story picks up in September 24, 1969, when ground was broken on a new shopping mall for Tupelo, and it was scheduled to open in September 1970. As the first enclosed and air-conditioned shopping mall in Tupelo, it was set to open with a humble 35 stores, flanked on either side with two full-line department stores, Brits and Sears. As a side note, Sears had been established in 1967 and was integrated into the mall during construction. The original developers of the mall would consist of Messrs. Hollis Kinsey, Aaron Dillard, and D.L. Collins. Pardon if I'm mispronouncing any of those. And they would task the architectural firm Cooper, Carey & Associates with designing the mall, while a company by the name of Independent Construction would serve as the contractor. The Tupelo Mall would actually open slightly ahead of schedule, hosting a ribbon-cutting ceremony on August 19, 1970. 22 of the 35 stores were opened. However, one thing I failed to find was any further evidence of Brit's presence at the mall. Instead, my notes point towards McRae's opening a new store in Tupelo Mall in April 1976. Additionally, the mall never looked as if it was particularly busy, judging by the historic aerial shots of the mall. Perhaps this was a result of the mall competing with the downtown mall on the east side. Tupelo Mall did hang on, however, shrugging off a windstorm in 1978 that had reportedly ripped the roof off of McRae's. If you've ever heard of Dixie Alley and storm chasing, then you probably know that Mississippi sees a lot of tornadoes, which were present in this windstorm. A lot more tornadoes than you realize. But again, the mall hung in there all the way up until 1990, when the mall at Barnes Crossing would officially open. Downtown Mall immediately lost out and would become an indoor arena, but Tupelo Mall wasn't about to go out without a fight. But did they know what battles to pick? McRae's closed their store at the Tupelo Mall in favor of Barnes Crossing, and when they attempted to reopen the store as an outlet center and furniture gallery, the owners would block this measure, citing that the lease agreement prevented the operation of any store format other than a department store to operate. And this led to a legal battle between McRae's and the owners at the time, Tupelo Mall Associates Limited. And it was reported that the vast majority of tenants in the mall didn't want a furniture gallery either. As for Sears, they would close their doors when their lease expired in February 1990 and would move to Barnes Crossing. Things didn't pan out for the Tupelo Mall as McRae's never reopened and the mall fell into foreclosure in 1991. And this was reportedly the third time that the mall was in foreclosure. And eventually, the mall would be lost and sold in an auction. But in August 1994, local businessmen signed a partnership with American Realty Incorporated to buy the mall from Fireman's Insurance Company based out of New Jersey and planned to draw in upscale specialty shops, and the mall would be renamed into the Gloucester Creek Village. To cut a long story short, Gloucester Creek Village just couldn't keep up with the mall at Barnes Crossing and would eventually be turned into the Midtown Pointe in 2015, transforming from a mall into a professional business center and medical park. Although significant construction and modifications have occurred at the mall, Many of its old bones still remain intact, providing a glimpse of what once was. While it's largely a business center today, you can still come in to do a few laps of mall walking, like I did, and then get lunch or dinner from Pizza Doctor on the way out. Someone will have to tell me if they're any good or not, though. I'm not expecting gourmet, I'm just expecting pretty good. While we are at the end, there isn't much to talk about in my personal thoughts. In fact, this place is quite boring and monochromatic, and I wouldn't be surprised if I forgot about it shortly after. But it is still intact and it was a decent detour. Don't you think so? Well, thanks for having me, Tupelo, Mississippi, and until next time, this is Doomie Grunt wishing you and the Midtown Pointe farewell and good luck in the future. Stop whining about weather scan music. There are people who literally listen to Coldplay.